Okay, hi everybody, this is Mr. Manning, and this is just going to be a really quick intro video for you to kind of give you an idea of how Canvas works and then basically how this summer class is going to go. So I'm guessing that most of you, this is probably the very first time that you've taken a online class, and that is totally fine, but it'll be kind of different for you in a few ways, and I just kind of want to give you a quick little rundown of what the expectations are and how to navigate around this thing. All right, so as you can see, I am logged in to a student account, and I am on the website Canvas. So if you are watching this video, you are too, which is excellent. And when you first log in, you're usually going to see something that looks kind of like this. It will show you what classes you're enrolled in, and most likely this is the only class you're enrolled in. Okay, so we're going to click on this to get to a few more options. And the first thing I want to point out to you is the announcements. So I have posted 3 different announcements over about the last week or two. And a couple of things that you need to know. The first one is that there's not going to be a meeting on May 31st. There's been a lot of confusion about if there's going to be a meeting at the middle school or not, but the answer to that is no. So if you are signed up for Remind, you probably have already seen this, or if you logged in since May 23rd, you've seen this, but no meeting tomorrow at the middle school. I will be there in the morning if you want to come by and get some help, but otherwise you do not need to come to the middle school tomorrow. The next thing I want to point out to you is the syllabus. So I actually posted the syllabus over a week ago, and I'm just going to pull up the Google Doc version of the syllabus by clicking right here. And you can kind of see like what the rundown of the class is. The most important thing is up here at the top. So these are ways that you can contact me. Here's my email. That's probably the best option. I will usually respond to emails fairly quickly if you send them at a reasonable time of the day. And then you can also send me a direct message through Canvas, which is totally fine as well. And I've actually had a few of you sending me messages back on Remind, and if that works for you, you may use that as well. I might not respond to those quite as quickly, but you can definitely use it. And then finally, the face-to-face meetings. So you can see that tomorrow I'm going to be at the middle school from 7:30 to 11. And then on Monday, we're going to have our very first summative. The summatives take place between 9 and 11:30. Now, most likely, you will not be there for that long. You can actually show up for the summative anytime between 9 and 11:30. And when you are done with the summative, you can leave. Most people, it takes around 30 minutes to an hour. So depending on how quick of a test taker you are, it might be a little bit different, but that's just kind of the schedule. If you show up after 11:30, I am not going to be there, and you are not going to be able to take your summative. So please make sure that you get there between this time. All right. And then you can see that I'm going to be there next Wednesday, next Friday for summative number 2, and then Monday, June 12th, Tuesday, June 13th. All right, now most of the other stuff on here, you can look at it on your own, kind of a course description, grades, blah, blah, blah. So daily work, I want to talk just a little bit about that. So one thing that you guys need to remember is that this is a full semester course that we are condensing into about 2 weeks. So whenever you get your assignments every day, they might seem a little overwhelming to you. You might be thinking, geez, he is asking us to do a lot. Well, the reason that is because in a normal environment, you would have a week or two to do these things. But since we are taking this summer course and we're doing 2 weeks only, you're going to have 1 day to do about a week's worth of work. So most people that have taken this class in the past say that it takes about 1 to 2 hours per day to do the activities. It can be more on some days. It might be less on some days. It just depends. But I would, have that set out so that you can do it. All right. Some of the things that you're going to have. There are going to be videos to watch. Most of the videos are new information type things. It's usually me going through a PowerPoint. You'll hear my voice, and I am discussing what's in the PowerPoint. If you don't want to watch the video, you don't have to, but I will say that there's some information in the video that does not show up on the PowerPoint. And whatever's in the video is fair game for the test. So I would encourage you to definitely take the chance and watch the videos. They are all less than 15 minutes long, and I think you'll find that is the best way. However, with every video, I will also post a copy of the PowerPoint presentation that I use, and I will also post some notes that you can use to kind of organize your information. Okay. You may also have some activities. I will do some formative quizzes, not every day, but some days, just to kind of see where you guys are at. And then finally, we will have a daily question on Canvas that I will post, and I would like you to respond to that question. A sentence or two would be fine. All right. The rest of this stuff is pretty self-explanatory. I would definitely take a look at the ways to be successful. I think that is going to be really important for you. Okay, so back over to Canvas. Okay, so I have the Canvas dashboard pulled up. I'm going to click on my personal finance course. And we just talked about announcements. The other thing that I want you to notice is that there is this section over here on the left called modules. The course is organized into modules. In fact, I am going to post a new module every single day, except for on days that we have tests. If we have a test that day, there will not be a module. The test is the only thing that you have to do that day. So that's kind of nice. I'm going to click on the modules. And here is module number 1. There are 4 things that I would like for you to do as part of module number 1. So the first thing, and oh, by the way, these are kind of in order for a reason. The first thing that I want you to do is respond to this discussion question. So you click on the discussion question, you read what it is, take a moment or two to think about how you're going to respond, and then start typing your reply right here. As soon as you have your reply, you hit post reply. After you hit the post reply, you will not only be able to see your reply, but you will also be able to see your classmates' replies as well. I would really encourage you to take a chance and read theirs as well. And if you want to, you can respond to theirs, you can like them, so it's kind of like a social media thing. All right. This would be a really good place to get kind of a discussion going about whatever the topic is for that day. All right, back to modules. After you've responded to this question, the next thing is going to be to watch this video. So you click on the video. Here is a YouTube video. So if I click on it, it will start playing. And you can also see that there is a link to some notes, which is Google Docs version. And there is also a link to the slides that I use. If you go to the notes, it's going to ask you to make a copy. You hit make a copy, and then it will open it up right here, and you can take the notes if you want to. The notes are 100% optional. I am never going to ask you to turn those in. They are just for you to organize information. I will tell you that if it's in the notes, it's probably pretty important, and it'll probably show up on the test. All right, and then once again, there is a link to the Google Slides. So that one's going to be about careers. The next one's going to be about creating a resume. It's a very similar activity. There is another video. There's a link to notes, and there's a link to the presentation. Okay. Now, finally, the last part or last activity for this module is to create a resume. Now, this is an actual assignment. So it will look just a little bit different. There will be a due date. There will be the amount of points that are possible. On this one, it says that you're going to create a resume, and you're going to either create a resume for yourself or you're going to do one for a superhero. So if you don't have like a whole lot of things to put on your own resume and you just want to kind of have some fun and make up one, then choose the superhero option. There are 3 links here. These are the directions if you choose superhero. This is an example resume of a superhero. I think it's Superman. And then here is an example resume for like a real person. When you finish this, there are 3 options on how you can submit this to me. And really the option depends on what you use to create it. So if you chose to use Google Docs, you can either just share it with me. I think most of you guys know how to do that. Use my school email address, which is listed right here. If you also use Google Docs, but you would rather do a link to it, you can hit this little submit button, and you can click on website URL, and you can post in the link. Or finally, if you use Microsoft Word, then you can use this file upload option, and you can upload your file. Okay. I will give you feedback on your resume assignment and any other assignments that I collect from you. These are formatives, so you guys know how that works. I will give you feedback if you submit it to me. I will not accept anything after the test. So if we take the test over this unit, which is going to be on Monday, June 5th, and then you send me a resume like on Thursday, June 8th, I'm probably not going to give you feedback on that because the test is already passed. Okay, guys, so that is pretty much a rundown of how the modules thing works. You'll get a new module every single day. You can minimize these. As I add more modules, they will show up right here. All right, if you have any questions at all, please contact me in one of the ways that's on the syllabus. Otherwise, I will see most of you on Monday, June 5th at the middle school. Bye.